So Urkel wants my attention, huh? You got it, Urkel. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, chill. I kept my mouth shut because I told him I would. I'm not gonna rehash all the old bullshit. I told him I wouldn't talk about him no more. And since that time, he took my silence as fear or weakness or something like that. And I've let Urkel talk and talk and talk. He has no content. Nobody watches his channel unless he's talking about me. Go look at the views when it comes to me. So he did it again. And he says, I want him. Dub's a piece of shit. Fool, you were in CMC. You better knock it off. I might do a video on the history of CMC. Who's always been housed there. We know a few people that are housed there right now, and we know why, right? And Chill will turn around and he'll say, well, this Mexican was there. And that, hey, why you comparing yourself to a Mexican? Because you know the politics are real with the Mexicans, right? Didn't I tell you that on the phone when we did have a conversation? And you said, well, I could talk about your status. And I said, what is my status? What is my status? And as a black man that don't run no politics, how do you talk about a group that plays hardball? Straight up, this is what Urkel wanted. Let's get it. Now, he says, I want Dubs to put this on his mom. I want him. Listen. Let me tell you guys something. Chill said that I told him that I was on a yard with other Southerners that were harboring snitches. Chill. Do me a favor. Get at King, CO King, the one that you interviewed before, and ask him who was the leadership. If I was in a leadership position on the yard that I was on. So I was mad at myself for harboring snitches? I got snatched up off the yard and validated, and I went to the shoe, fool. I'm telling you, this dude is a dummy. Don't let the glasses and the Urkel look fool you. The dude is a straight up dummy. So I'm on the leadership on the yard, and I'm mad at myself because I don't handle my own business? That makes sense? So if anybody wants to believe that that's what I told him, when I got snatched up off the yard, he interviewed the cop that was on the yard with me. He could easily reach out to that officer and say, hey, was Dubs part of the leadership over there? I'm sure he'll tell him. So who are the Southerners, who are the Southsiders that I was mad about that they weren't handling business when I was part of the leadership? Urkel, come on, homie. Get it together. Get it right. Did I tell Chill some stuff about me? Of course I did, because I fucked with him and he fucked with me. He's not the only one that knows. And that's why when people say, hey, man, you got to say, I don't got to say shit, but if I fuck with you, I'm going to tell you. And I can tell you that everybody that really knows what time it is, they know what time it is. And if I was really all the stuff that these dudes say, why would I be showing my face? Chill is a moron. Chill has no sense. Doesn't know anything about politicking because he never did. And by the way, he wants to talk about somebody that wasn't black reached out to me and told me, man, someone who is black reached out to me that knows you from in there. But see, I choose not to engage in your little petty bullshit. I don't like this whole negative bullshit that's going on. You jumped on the bandwagon. You did get spoken to sternly on that phone call. You know in your heart, and that's why you got mad. You didn't even want to take the call. Remember you told Gunner, oh, I don't know, man. I got a birthday party to go to. I don't know if I'm going to be available. It is what it is. Urkel is basically, at this point, he's like that mad baby mama. He said he told me this and that. Man, okay, all right, Urkel. Go ahead and make 10 more videos about me. But just remember, your story that you told about me, your video that just came out, I just skipped all the way through. I didn't want to hear your goofy ass. I skipped all the way through and I said, what? How does that make sense? Everybody can go back to my stories and you can see all my videos. Come on back. Come on and look at my videos. You read my board report. I got validated on the yard. So how in the fuck was I mad at some dudes on the yard when I'm in Pelican Bay shoe? Sheesh. Now he'll probably come out with a different version next. Oh, you know what? I kind of forgot. And he'll make it worse. But you already got caught, Holmes. You told a lie. And you want me to put it on my mom's and confirm your motherfucking lie? Man, you got me fucked up. So, there you have it. Urkel got my attention. I responded. I told him I didn't want to talk about him no more. He keeps yapping and yapping and yapping. Go look at every time he talks about me. Look at his views. Wonderful. Tell him to tell a story about some times he put in work, though. Tell him to talk about that. Tell him to talk about his experiences in prison. Let's see what his views are like. Maybe people will tune in. They haven't been. Not when it's about him. They will tune in when he talks about a Mexican, me, a Southerner. They'll definitely tune in. Excuse me. He gave me indigestion right there. But it's a true story, man, that he just told a fucking blatant lie that's like confirmable. He could have called the CO that he interviewed. The CO would have told him what I was doing on the yard if he would have asked. He probably would have told him. He's interviewed him before, I think twice. He also in the interview said the hardest dudes in prison were the Southerners. And yet Chill keeps talking about that group as if he could have functioned under those type of rules. CMC, huh? I think I'm going to do a video on the entire history of that prison. Since he's so tough and he was such a convict and he put in so much work that the authorities felt safe sending him there. I was never there. They never thought about sending me to that type of joint. But you were there. You stayed there. You programmed. You definitely had a weirdo as a cellie at some point while you were there. And you didn't care because you didn't check paperwork. I don't care what somebody says with their mouth. They know the truth in their heart. So he can say anything he wants. But he knows in his heart whether he checked his cellie's paperwork. Especially in a place like CMC East. When I told you I didn't want to talk about him no more and I wouldn't talk about him, I've kept to it. Now he does this video, lies about me. So I'm going to do this video. He's probably going to do 10, 20 more about me. It's the only way he's going to get views and make any money. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I am going to do a video on the history of CMC East. It's a simple video. Ugly history. I want you guys to know about. And then just, draw your own conclusions. I try to leave you alone. I'm not into, let me show this screenshot. Let me show that screenshot. Let me tell you about a private conversation. Go ahead, homegirl. Baby mama. Oh, mad baby mama syndrome ass having. You got my attention though, Urkel. You did that, Holmes. You did that. Congratulations. You look stupid. You read my board report, you say. And as a lifer, that's another thing. And that's another reason why I didn't want to talk about him, because we're former lifers, man. I like try not to fuck with those dudes at all. We did a lot of internal work in order to get the second opportunity. But when this dork was talking about I was a model inmate and all that, right. But you also know, Chill, that had they wanted to bring up more stuff, they would have had to issue me a 1030 form on the spot for every single item that they were going to pull out that I didn't get busted for. So I like the way you omit things, because you're talking to people that don't know because they've never been to a board hearing. Then again, you probably didn't have stuff in your confidential folder because you weren't doing shit in there. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.